Finally, one more thought. Aristotle taught that pleasure in the job puts perfection in the work. Judging by what we're seeing these days, it's no wonder we aren't seeing much perfection in the work, because a lot of employees don't seem to be getting much pleasure from doing the work. Auto workers have spent weeks off the job demanding they get a larger share of the fruits of their labor.
This contract demonstrates the incredible power that workers have when they are not afraid to use it.
They were the latest in a series of work actions around the world, starting with a major strike against the trains and schools in England at the beginning of the year.
This is really the biggest coordinated strike action we've seen in the UK for a decade.
And then German airport workers shut down the nation's major airports in the spring.
You have the services union Verdi and also the rail transport union EVG. So they started these strikes at midnight tonight. It is, disrupting all kinds of travel.
For much of the year, Hollywood has been saddled with strikes, first by the writers and then by the actors.
This has been a very difficult time, obviously, doing this, and the goal here is to get people back to work. The goal is to get the town opened up. This is not just hurting our industry, it's hurting every other business that supports our industry.
And then just this week, technology workers at the New York Times walked off the job to protest their being required to come back into the office instead of working from home. Fans of working from home think employers should see working from home as an opportunity rather than a challenge.
Now the question is, we have this amazing once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to recreate it in our within our own creativity.
And Steve Schwartzman says he understands the motivation, whether or not he agrees with the result.
People got used to, staying at home, and it was actually more profitable for them to stay at home because, one, they didn't work as hard, regardless of what they tell you, and the second is they don't spend money to commute. They can make their lunch at home. They don't have to buy expensive clothes, and so their incomes are higher.
Given all the worker discontent, it is no surprise that employers are trying to come up with some creative ways to keep their workers happy, or at least happier. Everything from the World Bank upping its subsidy for commuting costs and cutting the cost of childcare, to a British office building in Sheffield constructing a circular slide employees can take to get from the third floor to the ground floor in 7 seconds, as reported in the Wall Street Journal. To the latest, and perhaps the grandest, word came this week that Ken Griffin is paying for 1,200 of his Asia employees and family members to travel to Tokyo's Disney Resort for a 3-day celebration of the company's anniversary, and will cost Mr. Griffin a pretty penny, as Bloomberg reported this week that the cost for a week-long trip for a family of 4 to Disney World back here in the United States has gone up to $25,000 and could go as high as $40,000. But no matter the cost, it looks like, at least for Citadel's Asia employees, their dreams really may come true.
Where all of your dreams come true.